All right, so walk us through what this gizmo is and what we're looking at.
Absolutely. Here. So I think, Kevin, this would go under the sometimes when you have a problem and you look at how to fix it, the solution's better than what you thought it could have been. The company that makes this is called Chemfree. They've been in the industry for a lot of years, and they really focused on aircraft cleaning and on automotive cleaning for degreasing parts and where they needed high-tech cleaning capabilities. The advantages are, number one is it's 100% green, so there's what they call Aussie juice, and it's their liquid that sits in the unit itself. It has live microbes in it so that when you clean the bike, it brings the grease down through a drain that's in the center of it. And then there's a pad that the microbes are withdrawn from. So when it goes back into the tank, it takes the grease and turns it back into water and CO2. So you have no grease residue, you have no grease disposal that you have to do as a shop. I think, Freddie, you've used it. I think one of the things we've been pretty impressed with is how well it degreases everything.
Right.
And I think the other thing you said is it just doesn't leave any residue on the bikes.
No residue.
Nope. So I think we got a good one to test on here.
Yeah, this one's good and dirty, right?
And for those of the folks that don't know, this is Fred, also known as Fast Freddy. Had to throw that one out. Fred races for Mad Duck, and he's going to be working as the mechanic over here at the Mad Duck 2 in Roanoke. While he's washing this, we have to point out this high-tech device on the Lauf.
Oh, yes.
And being Icelandic development, that's known as their beer or gear.
So the real test on this cleaning will be those fancy white tires.
Yes, it will. I'm
curious how well that's going to work. We'll see how that
yeah, we haven't got to the front one, so that gives you an idea how dirty it was to start. So we can do it before and after.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Is it? So the tire itself is not too bad, but it's definitely discolored from just being pure white.
Yeah. Actually, the white dust shows up more in the black part of it.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
So are there multiple attachments for the hose, or is it just that one brush that's on it, or?
There's really, you have either the fountain that you see running, and you have the brush.
Okay.
And then we have extra attachments on the side if we need any deep cleaning. But from what we've tried, that brush has been enough to get it as clean as we need to get it.
That one standard brush pretty much does everything for you.
It really does. And then the pads reside right in here. Yep, so that's where the pad sits.
Okay.
And you can see, and by the way, this is very, very safe. You don't have to wear protective latex or anything. Okay. And so that pad, when it goes through that pad, that's what activates the Aussie juice to get rid of the grease. And you replace that pad about once a week. So it's very environmentally friendly. It's kind of a whole new concept to the DFW area. I don't know of any others in DFW. So there's a couple things we're going to do with it. You know, when we offer the wash and clean and lube, we will sell that as the combo just as any other shop would, but we will be able to incorporate this type of clean into the bike as opposed to using chemicals.
Okay.
And also for a lot of the events, we are going to load it up on the trailer and offer post-ride cleans. I know you've seen other rides where they actually get power washers to clean your bike.
Right.
Power washers aren't a great idea, especially around sealed bearings and worried about getting water. And what this does, it gives you every bit of cleaning a power washer does, but much gentler a way to go about doing it. And again, without any chemicals. So this can actually be used on bar tape. It can be used on your saddle. It can be used on a tire. It can be used frame, carbon, steel, aluminum. It really doesn't matter.
Is there anything it can't be used on?
Not that I'm aware of. And I talked to the rep who sold this. He said there really isn't anything that it can't be used on that would damage, unless it's something that you just don't want to get wet.
Okay. So do you rinse off with regular water after you're all said and done, or is this a clean and rinse all in one?
This is clean and rinse all in one. You just wipe it down. Yeah, so you really don't need to rinse, and as long as you just do the wipe down, it doesn't leave any residue, and pretty much all the grease and grime and dirt is off of it by the time you're finished up.
These Laufs have done pretty darn well. Let's see, Maddie
Yep.
Podiumed in the A race on hers, and Jim won his age division. Those were both borrowed bikes. Lauren took hers up to the Oklahoma Gravel Growler last weekend, and that was her first time on that, the same bike that Maddie podiumed on.
Yep.
And she won the female, but she was third overall. Everybody that's ridden one of these bikes has just gone gaga over it.
Yeah.
And I've never seen anything like that before.
No, and you know, we talked about this when you did the build video with us, is this thing comes out of the box almost ready to ride. 15 minutes you can put it on the floor, and it's shifting well. The cables are routed right, cables are cut the right length. It's pretty phenomenal.
Do me a favor, Fred, give that tire a slow spin so everybody can see that the white tire is staying pretty darn white.
Yeah, that's
Obviously,
kind of a.
here's a comparison. That one hasn't been cleaned yet.
I'm really excited by this. Both Fred and I said the first time we used this, we were a little bit skeptical. But now that we've used it as many times as we have, so I've used it, Kevin, 3 times for some customers who brought in some bikes that are very dirty. All 3 of them came in and said, I haven't seen that bike that clean in 5 or 7 years since I bought it.
So it's holding all the fluid you need?
It's got about 20 gallons of fluid in here.
Okay.
We've had it for 2.
And it recirculates,
It just
right?
recirculates. Like we said, it's heated about 100, 110 degrees, which is really nice when you deal with it. And you can feel my hands have been in it. There's no residue.
Huh. So you say you change the pad out roughly every week?
Every week to 2 weeks, depending upon how much you use it.
And the fluid itself?
The fluid, you never have to change out. It will evaporate. It tells you when you do. You buy a 1 gallon replacement
off?
of the fuel, top it off, and then you just fill that with water 4 times. So when it needs 5 gallons, it tells you. It's just.
I might want one of these for my house.
I know. I know. Well, and look at this.
No, I won't. I'll just bring it here.
Yeah. Well, that's a deal. Feel that. I mean, there's nothing. There's no residue on that whatsoever.
No, nothing. That's nuts.
So like I said, where a problem becomes a better solution is what this was an example of.
This is nuts.
Everybody that's seen that has said that.
So you can basically clean anything with it.
You can. You can. Yep.
So is this specifically meant as a bike wash?
Yes.
The way this one's configured?
Yep. You can see right where it says Smart Bike Washer.
Okay.
They took everything they learned on the aircraft cleaning and mechanical cleaning and just applied it to the bike wash.